Wu Lei could not hide it anymore and Zhao Lusi finally said it on camera. Fearful face collision. Today everything changed for Wu Lei and Zhao Lusi. For months fans have been watching. Their every move, every smile, every glance, every tiny slip of emotion. But what happened tonight was something even their closest fans were not prepared for. Because this time, the silence between them revealed everything, and the moment Zhao Lusi finally opened her mouth on camera, the entire internet froze. Viewers stopped scrolling, fan groups exploded, and social media went into a storm that still has not calmed down. Before we jump into the exact moment that caused all this chaos, we need to understand how carefully Wu Lei and Zhao Lusi have been handling their interactions this whole year. Every time they appear together, they go viral. Every time they are mentioned in the same sentence, the industry holds its breath. Directors watch them closely, brands chase them, shippers build theories, and the drama world treats them like the most unpredictable spark waiting to ignite. But nobody expected Wu Lei to reach a point where he could not hide it anymore. And nobody expected Zhao Lusi to respond the way she did, especially not in front of cameras. Every few seconds he would lift his head and scan the crowd. And that was the first sign that something big was coming. One reporter even whispered that Wu Lei looked like someone expecting a surprise. And fans online started guessing. Was he waiting for a friend, a co-star, or was this about someone special? Then Zhao Lusi arrived. The atmosphere changed instantly. People who were chatting fell silent. Even the photographers adjusted their cameras. Lusi looked stunning, but more importantly, she looked confident. There was something different in the way she walked, something more open. Almost like she knew tonight would be important. And when she turned her head slightly and saw Wu Lei in the crowd, her expression softened in a way fans immediately recognized. That tiny smile that appears only around him. The one that launched 1,000 fan theories and edits. But the real shock came when they finally ended up standing near each other while the cameras were rolling. At first they tried to keep a little distance. Wu Lei kept his hands behind his back, trying to look casual. Zhao Lusi stood with her usual polite posture. But every few seconds, their eyes met, and each time, Wu Lei looked away a little too fast. Fans started spamming comments saying he was nervous. Some even wrote that he looked like a man trying to hide something he could no longer control. Everything escalated when the host called both of them to the stage together for a joint segment. The moment their names were announced, you could hear people gasping. Even the background music could not hide the sudden shift in energy. Wu Lei walked up first, but he slowed down when he reached the steps, almost like he was waiting for Lusi. And when she reached him, what he did next made the internet explode. He gently placed his hand behind her back, guiding her up the steps. It was subtle but intimate. Zhao Lusi looked surprised, but she did not pull away. Instead she glanced at him with a soft smile that lasted a little too long. You could feel the tension. You could see the connection. And fans knew something was about to slip out. Then came the moment that changed everything. The host began asking casual questions about their projects, their schedules, and their upcoming plans. Both of them answered normally at first. But the host suddenly asked a question that caught Wu Lei completely off guard. The host said, "Many people noticed the two of you have a special understanding. These days, even when you are not speaking, you seem to communicate. So is there something you would like to share with the audience tonight?" There was silence. A long silence. Wu Lei froze for a second. His eyes widened. Zhao Lusi looked down at the floor like she knew the question was coming. The audience leaned closer. Cameras zoomed in. Wu Lei tried to answer, but he hesitated. His voice cracked slightly. He started laughing, nervously, which made the crowd laugh too. But behind that laugh was something he could not hide anymore. A feeling that had been building for too long. He finally said, "We do understand each other well. Maybe more than people think." And when he said that, the atmosphere flipped. The fans screamed. Reporters raised their microphones higher. Even Zhao Lusi looked startled. That was the moment. He could not hide it anymore. That slip was too real, too natural, too revealing. Zhao Lusi's reaction was even more shocking. Instead of using her usual humor to dodge the moment, she looked straight at the host, then at the audience. Then at Wu Lei. Her voice trembled slightly as she said something that silenced the entire room. She said, "Sometimes when two people work together for a long time, They create something that does not need words. People see it, because it is real on screen and off screen. And that is all I can say. Her words were simple, but the meaning behind them was too deep. She could have denied. She could have laughed it off. She could have changed the subject. But she did not. Instead, she told the truth in the gentlest way. And that truth exploded across social media. The comments immediately filled with fans saying she finally said it. Others wrote that their silence revealed everything long before their words did. But it was what happened after the cameras stopped rolling that created the biggest shock of the night. A backstage clip leaked within minutes. In the clip, Wu Lei was walking beside Zhao Lusi. He leaned closer and whispered something to her. She laughed, then gently pushed his shoulder. And that moment looked so natural that fans said it felt like watching a real couple, not co-stars. Another clip showed Wu Lei adjusting Zhao Lusi's mic cord to make sure it did not get tangled. The video was only a few seconds long, but it was enough to make the internet lose its mind. People started posting things like Wu Lei treat her so carefully and Lusi's smile is different around him. The most viral part came from a fancam that captured the moment they thought nobody was watching. Wu Lei placed his hand near her elbow as she walked, almost protectively. She leaned slightly toward him while talking. They did not look like two people trying to hide something. They looked like two people who finally stopped pretending they were just coworkers. What made things even more interesting was the reaction from their close friends. In the industry, some actors started liking posts related to them. A director who once worked with both of them posted a cryptic message saying connections like theirs cannot be created by acting alone. That one message alone created thousands of theories. Meanwhile, fans in China, Korea, and Thailand started trending hashtags related to them. On Weibo, the top 3 trends were all about Wu Lei and Zhao Lusi. On TikTok, millions of views poured into fan edits using tonight's clips. And people who never shipped them before suddenly started asking if something had been going on behind the scenes all this time. But here is where the real twist begins. A well-known industry insider claimed that people close to Wu Lei had already noticed changes in him recently. He became more protective, more thoughtful, more selective with his schedule. And another source said Zhao Lusi had been smiling more often during rehearsals. None of this was confirmed. But tonight's moment made everything seem possible. So what does this mean now? Did they confess? Did they confirm something? Or did they simply let their actions speak louder than any statement could? What is clear is that Wu Lei could not hide his feelings anymore. His eyes, his tone, his reactions, everything revealed more than he expected. And Zhao Lusi, instead of denying, chose honesty. She spoke gently but truthfully. She allowed the world to see what she feels without giving too much away. And that is why tonight became the biggest turning point in their story. Not because they said something dramatic, but because they finally stopped hiding the truth behind carefully controlled words. Their silence, their reactions, their small moments revealed everything. Fans are now watching closely to see what happens next. Will they appear together again soon? Will they address the rumors more clearly? Or will they let the world keep guessing while their connection continues growing? One thing is certain. Tonight Wu Lei and Zhao Lusi created a moment that people will not forget. A moment that felt real, natural, and sincere. A moment that hinted at something deeper than simple friendship or co-star chemistry. A moment that made millions believe that their connection is far more powerful than anyone imagined. Stay tuned, because this story is not ending anytime soon. And after tonight, nothing will ever be the same for Wu Lei and Zhao Lusi.